if it's my choice, I'm defending. I'd also like to point out that before the season break, I said to you that they were leaving this prison vulnerable with not a bunch of good fighters left at the prison. And you assured me that Carl is like Robin and he'd take care of it, which he mostly does. But if it's up to me, I'm probably leaving, not knowing the status of, not knowing Rick's status, not knowing if he's going to come back, not knowing if Daryl's going to come back. You're going to be undermanned, underarmed at this prison, and you're just going to be sitting
there.
Well,
they certainly are now. After the mid-season premiere with them getting rid of Tyrese's group, but now it's almost with Merle and Daryl back by the end of this episode.
Well, now at the time of that conversation, I'm going. Now that I've got a full roster, I'm staying. Poor Axel. He was kind of, the best of the most trustworthy of the prisoners at first by default. And he got kind of creepy when he started hitting on Beth and suspected that Carol was, the short hair. Yeah. And this episode, he begins to get likable again.
He's likable, but out of all of the characters in the prison, he is the most useless. He can't shoot. He's institutionalized, so he can't take care of himself.
Right.
So he was the one that was dependent on the group more than anybody else.
He made himself most useful as a shield for Carol, really.
After seeing him kill a zombie and then kill a couple dudes with that zombie parts,
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
It's him or Carl.
At least on an on an ability standpoint, on a moral standpoint, and a sensibility standpoint.
I do think it was a bit of an insult to Herschel.
Yeah, I mean Herschel's from a sensibility and morality standpoint, he's really tops right now. I mean, with Rick in his altered mental state.
Yeah. The one thing I really liked is they're in the woods and they're talking about the river. If we go if we go to the left, we'll hit like the Yellow Jacket River.
Yellow Jacket River.
And Merle's like, nah, it's miles and miles away from this.
And I noticed what you noticed too, that as they're done with that zombie fighting sequence, it pans out, and sure enough, the sign says Yellow Creek right there.
Yeah.
And I love that the producers just carved out a chunk right in the middle of the show to really develop this plot line. I complained last week that there were too many conflicts and that they all seemed underdeveloped. This week was a marvelous sequence right in the middle where Daryl steps out of Merle's shadow and can stand up to his brother, probably for the first time in his life. That was just marvelously done.